The youth call Papa Bingi and the man called 3 towns of the sound called Shashamane. Bunch of bantan says some boy a flash, but they won't get lost. Watch him, Anthony Cruz, don't stand up too long, youth. Step class.
When it's all about a big bad sound, you see me I say, Shashamane, we are mash up the whole wide world. You see me I say, kick it out, the one exclusive. You see me I say, oh, na 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 na. Hey, Shashamane, what them man? Check this. The place too bloody, and if you're this Shashamane sound boy, it won't be the same. The place too muddy. No sound now, then call it your sound, you're no ram now. And them same one I feel it. Oh, you better believe it. So the sound they and the sound they and the sound they say tonight. Me tell you them I go feel it.
Well, if I show them on them 6 pounds, when Shashamane kill sound, they don't sound no response. Near and far distance, don't sound boy over. What me say? When sound boy turn the enemy, and all those sounds they turn mercenary. Every day from one year me hear an next sound berry. Me no see no civil war on so much casualty. Guns and ammunition and we still hungry. We have more funeral than dance and party. I want a few sound and make it in the party. When Shashamane string up everything. What me say?
The place too bloody, and if them this Shashamane tonight, it won't be the same. The place too muddy. Every sound I got they catch Shashamane sound and play a game, and them say wanna feel it. Oh, but you bant and reveal it. So the sound they and the sound they and the sound they tonight, so me tell them I go feel it.
Me say hard for drug, high school blood. I wine a sound and me say nah show no love. Then I how them a go rise above. Every man can be a star. Pan R-E-N. Watch the stuff down in your waist while you know humble like a dove. You grab them in and they marry them and a push and a shove. Gotta wait and claim them get a rifle for judge. A bunch of bands instead of my ice cream and enough of them a fudge. Heart full of bus and me say heart full of grudge. How we come to show them all the blessings from above. Flow and make the world won't know. Bunch of bands and Anthony Cruz up on a go, go, go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3rd episode of the Sound Salute podcast. My name is DJ Busy, and today I'm going to be introducing Papa Bingi, the founder member of Shashamane International, a sound system that is based in Kenya, Africa. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Papa Bingi. Papa Bingi Wagwan, welcome to Steel City. What's good?
Great things, DJ Busy. Thank you for having me, my brother. All the way from Kenya.
It's good to have you on the ground, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Though it's cold, man, I'm good, you know.
Yeah, man. So today we're going to be talking everything Shashamane. We're going to be talking the Shashamane journey from the very start up until now. So I basically want you to take me back to the very start. And when I say the very start of your journey, where you sparked your music, your interest in music, your interest in sound system culture. Where did it start?
Actually, my interest started at like 1978, but it wasn't. I was just like, listen. My brother, my brother used to be a soldier. Then he came home with some, CD, Bob Marley, and then I used to listen to David Rodigan on his Capital Radio show every Sunday. So that's how I started getting interested in reggae music, because when I listen to music, listen to Bob Marley, listen to Peter Tosh, Bonnie Wailer, Burning Spear, I was like, I think I like whatever the kind of music that they're playing and the message that they're putting out there. That's how I started getting slowly into reggae music. And back then I was still in school, So when I finished school in 1980, I was in Nairobi.
Okay.
So while in Nairobi, that's the time when Bob Marley had to, Bob Marley was going on his way to Zimbabwe to perform during the Zimbabwean independence.
Yeah.
Yes, and then Neville Garrick, who was may he rest in peace, condolences to him and the family, Neville Garrick, who was Bob Marley's art director, was staying in one hotel called New Stanley, and that's where we used to hang up in the evening, So while I was hanging there with my one brethren from Rwanda called Ras Eugene, may he rest in peace, and also Ras Bongoman, also rest in peace. So we're just hanging at the at the pub, and then we saw Gary came out of the hotel. And then, he came to us because, see, Rasta, sitting down and, then he joined us, started talking. And we told him, like, we are really interested into, what the kind of music Bob Marley is playing. So we want to start promoting that kind of music in Kenya, And Gary told me, well, when they come back from Zimbabwe, we come, on the way back, we link up again. And I gave him my contact. Back then used to be just telegram. It was not, there's no phone.
Okay.
They had to send a telegram,
So communication was quite slow.
Yeah, it was slow. Just said, go to the post office. You send a telegram, and then you'll get it over there. They let him, you got a telegram from so and so, and he'll answer back. So my thing was to get the records, So he sent me some records, and then at the same time, there's a lady from Germany called Andrea Tapa, who had come and she did a show in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I was like, me and my brother decided sitting down and saying, man, you know what? We like what they were doing, but somebody cannot come far away from Germany to come and take our house over here.
Yeah.
We're going to start doing this thing, And then I met a brother called Ali Magumbeni, who had he had a band, and he was playing at a venue called Starlight Club, which was owned by one British guy called Mr. Armstrong. So I spoke with Ali, and I told him, Ali, man, I know you have a place where you play your music every night. So we are looking for a venue where we can be doing reggae maybe before you guys start, playing your music.
Yeah.
So he went and introduced me to Mr. Armstrong. And we discussed, and Mr. Armstrong said, you know what, I'll give you guys a chance, but it's going to be from 2 o'clock to 10 before the live band come in.
Yeah.
Then that's how reggae was born in Kenya. We started out in the afternoon from 2 to 10, and we used to call it jam session. So people just go there, people come, even school kids, they'll come.
So what was the dominant age group at this point when you were doing the jam session?
It was like maybe 18 and over, because I remember one guy. He became a good soundman. He used to come. He was in high school, so he'll come and just stay outside. Imagine from 2 o'clock until maybe 8 o'clock, just listen to reggae music, because we couldn't allow them in there because they were underage. So the age group was maybe from 18 going up. We just play. When Gary sent me the records, we had really like 5 albums and a couple singles. We just keep rotation and people just dancing. Same music, keep playing the same music, and MC just, hyping it up, and somebody will come and, do a little toasting and thing like that. So we did that until 1982. Jashaka came to Kenya and linked up with Jashaka, So while we were doing this, we were just playing music. We didn't even have a name, no identity. Just three Rasta brothers who link up and play music, entertaining people. So we sat down with Jashaka and I asked him, we are doing something here, but we don't have a name. How should we call ourselves? And Shaka said, you know what? Since you guys are 3 Rasta brethren, just call yourself Roots Inity. And then that's when Roots Inity Promotion was born. So there was me, Bongo Man, and Eugene. And then the same time, Shaka came. I think it was in April, and then we did now Bob Marley commemoration. Which I think that was the second Bob Marley, because after Bob Marley died. So I think it was the first Bob Marley commemoration. Was it birthday? No, it wasn't. It was a Bob Marley birthday. It was May the 6th. 1982. So we did Bob Marley's birthday, yes. And the place was ram, man. Just us and Shaka and Ali Magumbeni and his band. And we fill up the place, man. Fill it up. Okay, people like reggae here. So Shaka also came to a club where we used to play, and he saw what we were trying to do, because, we are promoting reggae and Rasta.
Yes.
Which was strange to other people. They only hear music, they say, man, this sound like some, this is a good music.
So tell me about the pushback that you got from promoting reggae and Rasta, the Rasta tradition and culture at the time in Kenya.
it was tough, because being a Rasta, all they used to see is that dreadlocks, and then green, gold, and red, and then they see like people just smoking weed. So they think that these are some crazy people, So it was kind of hard for us because Kenya, we were colonized by the British, and then the freedom fighters were called Mau Mau.
Mau Mau, yes.
Yeah. They didn't Kimati and the rest. So, and they dreadlocks by going to the bush, hiding in the bush and then just fighting the British.
Yeah.
So when the government now saw that, we started building a lot of, they see like, we started having a fan base, people coming in and want to join the movement and, see people with dreadlocks and then, so the government kind of get a little bit scared, so we were really being monitored all the time. When they see us, wherever we go, you always see police stopping you and they think, oh, these people are hooligan or, So the government thought maybe like we were trying to go back now to the dark eras whereby we're going to fight the government.
Were you at that time pushing a sort of, were you involved in politics? Like, was the sound pushing any music that had any messages that might have upset the government, or that thought, this might end up in an uprising or anything, or was it just the fact that you were playing music? There wasn't any actual political
affiliation. No. It wasn't. We are not very political at all. It was just the music, the message on the music.
Yes.
Because reggae music, if you listen to Bob Marley or Peter, they're giving you real message.
Yeah.
Just about separation and things like that. It wasn't really like we are not political at all. Because I remember even the same 1982, there was the military tried to take over Kenya, and then they took over the national radio station.
Yes.
And the whole day, all they were playing was reggae music, Bob Marley and this, So again, that can even anger them, anger the government. Say, you see, these are the same people that we had them playing music, and then these people try to take over the government, and then they're playing the same kind of music. So that can really even make it even worse for us.
Okay.
Make it really worse for us. So you see, like doing this reggae music with at the Starlight, at least gave us a little bit of recognition, because I remember when they were doing Out of Africa with Mary Streep and Robert Redford, they came to Kenya. It was done in Kenya.
Yeah.
Then they really wanted to use the Maasai. Like them, because Maasai, with their, Maasai, they wear like dreadlocks, but not really, they're fake, So they came to Starlight and found us, Rastas, with dreadlocks. So we were in that movie, we were even that Out of Africa.
Okay.
Yes, we were in the movie, So, they came and then, so it was like, the journey started really good because, it was, in one hand, we're getting fight, getting fight from the government, but then the music you're playing is like building more fan base, and the youth, them are coming out, and you see like even kids going to school, but then Sunday they have to go there, come and, just listen to music from afar. They couldn't go in, That's how we started building reggae slowly. Then there's a guy called Jeff Mwangemi, who is on the radio now, the same national station whereby, let me try to take over, So like that, it's there slowly. So from 1980, 92, then 93, just, it started catching up, because by then, when Shaka came, he asked us, he told us to send one of our guys to the UK, so that they can give us more music, because he saw whatever we have, we only have like a few music, Yeah. So we sent Bongoman to the UK, and he came back with a lot of records, records and, Rasta stuff, so at least to help us to sell and make some money, And that went on until I was with Roots Inity from 1980 until 1984. So 1984 now, I decided now like, sometime, when you're in a sound and then, you're like maybe 3 founding members, and then sometime then you see like maybe, okay, this man start bringing his whatever. So I just, what, I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So I went and registered a sound called Dread Brothers Promotion.
Yes.
With my brother, the late Pupa Davis, and then another brother called Reverend Didah, So when I registered, since we're all 3 Rasta brothers family, So I decided to call it Dread Brothers Promotion.
Yes.
So I play, we were just going, I say with Roots Inity, but we'll go maybe, get a gig outside and just go and, play. Then now I'm 1985. I decided that, I wanted to have my own sound system. Get my own sound system that we can do mobile now throughout the country. So I just woke up one day and I said, you know what? I think okay, Shaka, Shaka is in the UK. I think I'm gonna try to just go to Europe, because I look like Europe is a place whereby, you can try to, start to house a little bit and make some money, and
Yeah.
So I just left Kenya.
All this is motivated by sound system.
By sound system. Nothing else but sound system, because my main aim was to buy my own sound system. So when I have my own sound system, then we'll be able to now do mobile all over the country.
Yes.
Because, without a sound, and, the club, whatever they're playing, disco, so they won't allow you to go there. Even there's some club that wouldn't allow us to play reggae music in it.
Did it pay well at the time?
They pay?
Yeah, I mean, were you getting paid well?
No, I mean, because the deal we made with Mr. Armstrong was like, we get the door, him is the boss, but whoever come in, whatever we get from the door was our money.
Okay.
Which was good, because the place used to be packed. Every week is packed. I remember the last show we did before even I left the sound was 1985, when there was women conference, in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And then, trust me, that was the only place really, the place to be was Starlight. So the women were staying in a hotel across from, not far from us. All of them came there. That was Coretta Scott King, Maya Angelou, Margaret Reagan, which is the daughter of Reagan, Ronald Reagan. We were just women, a lot of them. Then in fact, I was surprised because Margaret Reagan was in there, dancing with the rest of them. The next day, we saw in the newspaper her picture. Said, "Oh, this is the daughter of the president of the president of America." Yeah. They were all in there and we entertained them. I'm like, so our journey, man, started really good.
Yeah.
Imagine playing to dignitaries like Coretta Scott King, Margaret Reagan, Maya Angelou, and a lot of big sisters.
How did you manage to get to this from? Because remember, in the early 80s, you're getting opposition from the government. The government's not for this.
Yeah.
So how did you break that barrier ultimately?
As I said, we started slowly from 80, but then now this is going to 84, 85 now. So now they're getting used to it, because even the national radio station where when the army took over,
yeah,
there was a DJ now, a guy called Jeff Mangame, who started playing reggae there like once every Thursday.
What do you think? What do you remember as a pivotal moment that made sort of the government embrace the reggae music culture?
I think when they saw like during the women conference, international women conference, and all those women at the club, so they figure like this gotta be something good, because if you see all these international dignitaries coming to a place like that and enjoying themselves, you know what I mean? So that's they started slowly, but it wasn't really like they were not really there yet, So just like for us to show them that whatever we're doing, we're not politicians, we are not hooligans. Because when they look, back then when they see somebody with dreadlocks,
yeah,
and then all they think, they smoke weed and whatever they wear their dress, they're like So we have to try to change that image, make them know that what, we're not bad people.
So take me to the first major concert in Kenya where a Jamaican reggae artist performed. At that time.
At that time, I think I was 1980, was it 1990? I think it was late 80 when King Yellowman came to Kenya.
King Yellowman, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
So let's go back now to the journey.
Yeah.
We're at 80.
Yeah. So now 85 now after finish performing to for these dignitaries.
Yeah.
So I decided now I want to go now to Europe and get money and bring my own sound system.
Yes.
And I didn't have money. I just saved whatever I'd saved. I just say, you know what? I'm not going to buy a plane because I don't have money to buy a plane. I just got me a passport and I crossed the border, Uganda. Then from Uganda, stay a couple of days. Then across, I went to South Sudan.
Yep.
Then stay like maybe I think Sudan maybe like maybe a month in South Sudan because it was war between North and South, you know. So one day I saw people like running. It was like airstrip. People running and going inside the army cargo. So I just followed them. I went myself inside the army cargo, not knowing that they were going to Khartoum. So that army cargo took us to Khartoum. I just dropped out. When I got out, I just disappeared in the airport and I got out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Then I stay again also in Khartoum for like some time. Then I traveled to Port Sudan. Then Port Sudan, I traveled to Egypt. Then Egypt is when I bought the first plane from Egypt now going to Istanbul. Then Istanbul again, I went again by road. Because, you know, my aim really was to get to Germany.
This is 85.
That was 85 now, yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And it took me like 6 months to get to Germany, you know? Wow. Yeah, so I traveled and then because while I was in Kenya, some boyfriend and girlfriend came to Starlight and I was hosting them in my place. So they told me, you know what? Whenever you come to Germany, we're gonna host you.
Yeah.
So my aim was just to travel. I traveled until I reached. It wasn't easy, my brother, because it's like from Istanbul, I went to Turkey. I went to Greece. Mm-hmm. Then Greece, the former Yugoslavia to here. Then Ljubljana. Then Austria. Then Germany. When I got to Germany, Munich, I ran out of money. So I just started hitchhiking. And the first person is the guy in a Porsche. And he just said, oh, he stopped for me. And he said, where are you going? I said, oh, I'm going to a place called Ohuingen. He said, oh, I'm going to Stuttgart. Then the boob drove me. By the time I reached the gate, just say, okay, you walk this way. That's the place where you're going. So I went there. I met my friend. They were happy. They hosted me for like a year. Okay. Then that's 1 year I'm just like hustling, trying to get, the how do you call it, under the table job, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do my thing, and I save money. So after 1 year, I saved my money, enough money. I went to Denmark, and I bought now the sound system. I bought my speakers, I bought my 2 turntable, I bought my mixer, I bought my amplifier, and I shipped it back to Kenya. That was now 86 now, 86
Do you remember
now.
how much it cost you?
I remember I saved like 50,000 D-Mark. I don't know how much, that back then was called D-Mark. I don't know what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was enough for me to buy sound system, buy speakers, buy everything, put it on a ship, ship it, buy my own ticket, and go back to Kenya.
Okay.
Because my aim wasn't to stay in Europe. It was just like, let me go, mission accomplished. I'm going back home now to start promoting reggae the right way because now I have my sound system.
So you had no intentions of staying there?
No.
It's literally, you've got your sound system.
Yeah.
I'm going back to Kenya.
I'm going back to Kenya, you know,
Okay.
because within that 1 year, because since I already met Just Shaka,
Yeah.
he invited me, so I went from Germany. I went to England. I stayed with him, you know, and I traveled with him I think we went to Birmingham. We went to Nottingham, Manchester, whatever. Just play music, you know, with this music, you know. Then when I went back home now, so already learned
touring England with
Shaka. Yeah, with
in
Just
the
Shaka.
80s.
Yeah, in 86. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You know, so that's where I learned more. I learned more about about sound system. You know, because Shaka had one of the biggest sound system. Because back then,
How did Shaka influence you?
huh? How did it influence me?
How did he influence you?
Yeah, because just seeing what he was doing, and that was my aim. My aim was to build a sound like that.
Yes.
So he kind of encouraged me and take me around, and Shaka had some funny when he played him. You know what I mean?
Sound effect.
Yeah, sound effect, man.
Yeah.
It was like, so he took me around. In fact, he had a store in a New Cross, a store, and then upstairs he had some room there, so that's where I was staying.
Yeah.
And the store is downstairs. And then every time you have a show, we go and put the music in the truck. The sound system in the truck. Big speakers, man. I think Shaka back then he won maybe like 8 times like Sound of the Year.
Wow.
In the UK. Okay. So I learned a lot from him. So when I went back home, I know already like this is how you set the sound system. This is how it's supposed to sound, And then I started, when I got there, I got the late 1986. So I did my, since I have my sound system now, I can do whatever, I can like hire a hall and do music. You know what I mean? and I also influenced a lot of people back home who are now big people right now in Kenya.
So are you the engineer on the sound at this point?
Yes, I was the engineer and the selector. I was the everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing everything. I was the selector, engineer, and So I did the first sound clash, late 86. I think it was early 87. I did my first sound clash in Kenya because there was a virgin from Birmingham called Teflah. He had a sound system and they brought it to Kenya too. So now we have two sound systems in there.
So at this time, it was common for sound systems to ship their sounds to go, right, to different countries with their sounds.
Yes. Because he bought his own big sound system from Birmingham to Nairobi. Wow. So when I did the sound clash, his sound was among them. And then that's how I kind of discover like a lot of talents. We had a lot of talents in Kenya. So because you back then you play music, then it's toasting. Somebody part two, and then they start playing.
Do you remember some of the artists?
Yeah, well, I remember Jack Marley. I remember Pupa Nasty. In fact, he's one. Pupa Nasty, I think he won the competition. Because
Yeah.
And then one called Youthman Terry, who joined my sound. When he won, I say, "Oh, this youth is wicked." So he joined Shashamane right away. I say, "I'm not leaving you. You gotta join the sound."
We're in 86, so take me to where Shashamane is formed.
So Shashamane now is formed when I went to Ethiopia because as I was a member of 12th tribe of Israel, so I visited the land, Shashamane itself, and then that's where I really got the name from because I met a lot of Rastas, even Dennis Brown, and so I met a lot of Rastas who also came from Kenya to Ethiopia.
Okay.
So from there now, I decided what? Because when my sound was formed, it was called Dread Brothers Promotion.
Yes.
We just still use up till now. When I do any show I do is Dread Brothers Promotion, but the sound system is Shashamane. So I changed it now from Dread, the sound itself, which was called Empire Faith really. It wasn't Shashamane, it was just Dread Brothers was the promotion, and then my sound was called Empire Faith.
Okay.
So now I changed it from that to Shashamane International.
Shashamane.
Yeah. And then now that's when the journey started, Just did a show here and there. Then I went back to Germany now.
So who's the founder members of Shashamane? It's Dread Brothers.
Well,
It's the three brothers.
Yeah, it's me. Mm-hmm. And then my brother, Reverend Didah, and the late Pupa Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we call it Dread Brother Promotion. Because, we all brothers and rastas, So now, after did that, I think in 1988, I went back to Germany now because I wanted now to get a record now because I know that I know my way now, but I need more record because whatever we have is not enough, and there was no record shop that was selling music, so I had to go back to Germany now and I buy records and I buy records, then I go home, and then now late 89 now. I decided to go to America now.
Yes.
Yeah, so I went to America. So in the early 90s, I just started working. But then when I went to America now.
Where did you land in America?
When I landed in a place called Harlem.
Harlem. Okay.
Yes. When I landed in Harlem,
Harlem's hot at this time.
It was hardcore, man. I mean, it was like when I got to Harlem, all I see is black people, African American.
Oh, so you had a lot of Africans in Harlem at the time?
Yes, there are a lot of Africans, The West Africa, mostly West
Africans. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Nigerians, the Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, Mali, Senegalese,
Okay.
So when I went there, I'm like, this look like home. Because when I got there, I saw everybody's like, that back then we used to have like a free market, like the street corner. You just buy stuff and you sell them.
Yes.
And luckily when I came from Kenya, I came with my some of our African arts and batiks, you know what I mean? So I just went there and bought a table and put it on the street, and that was my corner now.
Okay.
So I just sell my stuff and make my money, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to bring my sound again from Kenya now. I want to start money in America.
In America. Okay.
Then there's some guys who used to, because I used to sell in front of one store, and then after 1 year, the owner kind of like you know, the owner died, then I rented the place now for myself, my own store. That's 1991 now, you know. So some guys, they used to come, you know, some brethren, they used to pass by, and you know, a lot of these Jamaicans, you know, they pass by and then they hear me play reggae music.
Okay.
They'll hang around the place. So that's how I started now the Shashamane now, the New York branch now.
Okay.
With a brother called James Bond, Leko Fox, may he rest in peace, Six Killer, and Danger One.
Are these guys African, American,
No.
Jamaican?
No, they're Jamaicans.
They're all Jamaicans.
But Jamaican, but who live in New York.
Okay.
You know, so that's why I started. That's how I started now, going to Brooklyn. Go to, you know, there's a studio called Don Juan. That was a famous studio. Yeah.
Famous studio.
Yeah. So go there and then see artists and you know, my voice dub played. But you see, me, I was kind of crazy because record. When every week, I'll go to a record shop. I will buy. It doesn't matter whether it's good. Anything new, I'll buy it.
Okay.
And I used to buy two, one for me, one for back home. So every week I go to a store, just buy a record. And then now I became kind of addicted with the record now into dubplate now.
Into dub play.
Yeah, but when I go to Don Juan, I mean, it was like when I go to, I'll voice whoever, even you know, I mean, I spend a lot of money sometimes when I sit down. I'm like, man, some of the artists I can't even play them. You know what I mean?
So
I can't even play them. You know.
So would you say that you really started voicing Shashamane box
In New York.
in New York?
Yeah, the first job really I got was in the UK, and that was through Shaka, and when I met Dennis Brown, one doublet really. It's called.
So when you got to New York, how's your dub box at this point?
No, I only had one doublet, the Dennis Brown.
The Dennis Brown.
Only Dennis, but I didn't have any
Did
doublet.
you know that the Dennis Brown was going to become gold today?
I didn't know, because I mean, to me, it was just like somebody I met, and then, so, you know, and I got it. It gave me that, you know, it's called country living. I'm like, okay. But then I started really voicing heavy in New York, because every time I go to Don Juan, and artists are there, and I hear what I say, no, I'm going to do this. You know, because I used to hear, when I was back home in the 80s, I hear David Rodigan will play music, and then you artists say, David, you mad something steady. You hear somebody calling his name. I say, nah, that's what I want for my sound. Be calling our name, you know.
Okay.
And then I got into doublet playing, man, and I started.
Right, pause right there, sir.
Yeah, man.
So in 1992.
1990. Yeah.
Okay.
1990. So.
Okay, so we're in 1990.
I'm in New York now.
You've landed in New York. You're in Harlem.
Yes.
You've met your selectors.
Yes.
You go and done one studio.
Yes.
You fall in love with dubs.
Dub, yes.
What was the dub? Or what was it about dubs?
You know, it was, you know, dub was something like, I mean, it talk about our sound, you know, and you hear our names being called on the record, like, you know, like you get a Luciano just say, you know, saying something, just put Shashamane in it,
Yeah.
put Papa Bingi, put, you know. So I just kind of got into that, whereby instead of going to sound clashes also in New York, you know.
What was the first sound clash that you attended?
I think it was Addis. Was it Addis and LP or Addis and Addis and LP or Addis and South Supreme one? I mean, actually one of those. You know, yeah.
So you're into dub plays.
Yes.
You must have had sounds that you looked up to. Sounds. What sounds in America at this time are doing things? What are the sounds that you kind of
like in America?
Yeah.
Really.
What sounds really inspired you? Because you must be hearing dubs. You going to sound
and cut and then cut, you know. But I was more into I was listening to most of the sound CD from Jamaica, you know. Because you see, like I was also a cassette man. I used to sell cassettes.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I listen to, you know, so I hear a lot of those sounds from Jamaica mostly.
Yeah.
So when I go to Brooklyn, I know, you know, in Harlem we had sound system. like King Baka. You have a lot of sound system in Harlem too, but most of them are from Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn.
And then as I said about the Addies them, the LP them,
Yeah.
the Art Ruler them, But then my style really was more of a foundation because it was really hard for you to tell me to cut like a DJ.
Yeah.
I was just voicing mostly the singer, the foundation, because that's what we used to play in Kenya,
I understand, yeah.
But then now, after starting now going to dances, I decided, you know what, I cannot just stick onto that foundation because sometimes you go to a dance, people want to hear some of the, Bounty Killer or Beanie Man,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, and then I started now playing those kind of music, even cutting them or even playing them. Then I started now playing those kind of music. So it was like now everything,
Yeah.
Because maybe when I used to go to dance, I can even play maybe the 6 sound playing, and we let them play, and then we come last. And I will never repeat not even one song that they played. Something different. I used to carry like maybe 6 or 7 boxes of record and drop it.
Yeah.
Just go there and burn them. And then I started building my box now heavy. Then 1980, my first sound clash as a Shashamane was 1995.
95, okay.
Yeah, and that was again is a song called Black Magic.
Yeah.
And
Is this Black Magic from Canada?
No, from the US. It's Don Juan. He used to be a Don Juan. Engineer at the studio, and he had his own song called Black Magic.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
Black Reactions from Canada.
No, Canada is Black Reaction. Yeah, this is Black Magic. And then we went again is Stereo 5. Not Speedy by himself. It was Stereo 5 with Porridge, Howie, all of them, all the crew. And see back then.
Okay, so 95.
95, yes.
What's the state of your dub box at this point?
My dub was heavy because me, I was like a dubplate addict. I mean, like the way I buy a record every week is the way I was voicing dubs. Whereby now artists used to come to my store by themselves. Like Roman store, you come to my store, and Half Pint, Ken Boot, all of them when they come to New York, used to come and check me. Either sometimes they bring me dub that I already voice, or you go to a studio and voice them. So just like a crazy voicing dub left and right. Just like I was buying record, the same way I was voicing. Because for after 5 years now, I have a heavy box that I can go again is Stereo 5 and Black Magic that they have a studio. You know what I mean? So my box was heavy, and then not really heavy, but I mean I was there.
What were some of your notable dubs at this point?
I remember Luciano. Luciano gave me it was like a special, when the record came when it first came out, because in Jamaica that time every studio you go to is either there's an artist voicing for Shashamane or there's a youth around the corner voicing for Shashamane. Every studio you go to, the Shashamane name being called. So Luciano did that. When I got the dub, it was like sing about Shashamane. He say like I'm gonna put money in the youth pocket, and then he's on the culture thing. He say all we need is money sound. Are you the people them talking? So they knew me as a money man. You know what I mean? That was a bad thing, because if artists know that you're a money man, so you adopted them, will be like really. But Luciano was somebody like when I voiced Luciano the first time, I voiced A Dub one time.
Okay.
And then Anthony B. Also, I voiced Anthony B even before Anthony B. Boss. And and the good thing is, say remember, because a couple of years we were together at Rotterdam, and they were telling his guy, "Oh, see this youth here used to boss before even nobody knew who he was." Okay. So Anthony B. also gave me one dub on Coach Rhythm.
Yes.
And he's saying the intro that this dub is not a dub; it's a special. Can only be played by Shashamane, and nobody will get it up after 25 years. And it's true. I've never had anybody play that dubplate. He never give it to nobody. You know what I mean? So Luciano was one of my favorite from back then, and Anthony B.
So you're clashing.
Yes.
You took on
Stereo 5.
Stereo 5.
In Black Magic.
Do you remember the venue?
Yeah, the venue was that was my dance. I kept the dance.
Oh, you kept
it. It was Harlem Karate Club. in Harlem. But you see, remember back in the days, every sound have their own sound system. So when you're clashing on your own sound.
Yes.
You cannot clash on nobody's sound. So I had my sound system in the venue. 05 had theirs, and so was Black Magic.
Yeah.
But then in the midst of, like something, I don't know what happened, like a sabotage, somebody kind of like either cut my wire somewhere or press a button. So when we play, after we play, now we're going back to play again, there's no sound coming from nowhere, from my speaker. I check everything. I couldn't even find the problem. Later on when I went home, I found that somebody pressed a button in the back. I think it was a crossover. Somebody had pressed something, so the sound will not even come, So now was left between 05 and Black Magic, because nobody will allow you to go on their sound and kill them, So we just have to drop off. We left 05 and Black Magic clash, And then I think it was late 90. I think it was late 97. No, 95 or early 96. There was a sound in Harlem that was the toughest sound. It was called King Baka. So Baka just beat LP Border Clash in Queens. Then LP came back and beat them in Harlem. But then now it was back then it used to be like juggling. That is it's like it's billed as a juggling, but then it's gonna turn into war.
Yeah, so a lot of
a
lot of clashes back then. The
right.
clash audios were really juggling.
But then it's King Baka, we had something because I had one of the biggest sound in Harlem, sound system wise. You know what I mean? Because when you do like summertime, we're playing with the street, and then my son, when I put my speakers, the boxes go all the way to the top of the tree. So that's kind of, we started having that little rivalry because my sound, and then, so now when that dance, it was a Christmas, it was maybe a New Year's Eve or something like that. So now me and Baka, now we just kick off. It was me, a song called Lobster, and Stamp Force, and then Shashamane. So now we just kick off. Me and was kick off now between me and
playing the sound at this point.
It was me and James Bond. Selecting a James Bond was MC.
Okay.
And then Lico Fox, yeah. In fact, we usually to three-way, whereby we have a mixer, you have a selector who gives sound, the one who's giving the dub plate, and then the other one mixing, the other one talking with the mic. Yeah. Yeah. So we broke up now, and then we just beat up King Baka, just what I mean? In his own, that's their town. The toughest sound in
tell me something. In the 90s, you played on a juggling dance and it turned into a war dance.
Yeah.
And you beat up a sound.
Yeah.
Did that count in the same? Did that have the same weighting as a one-on-one clash?
Yeah, because you see, the other sound will now when war start now, the other sound now stay aside. So they leave you and the other sound to go on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you win, it's official. It's a clash because when they start now, because even had some doublet, custom dissing them, and so it looked like we already planned. Even them there.
So you'd already planned.
Even them there, because there was something going, brewing up between me and them because of my sound system and things like that. You know what I mean? And then we had a lot of music too. Everywhere we go, we play, and we used just mash up dances. You know what I mean? Juggling or, So most of the dances back then used to be a juggling dance, then it turned into a clash.
So this is 95,
96, yeah. 96, yeah.
Okay.
Then 97, we had just clashes. I remember then 1990, 98, there was a clash. Somebody started a clash. It was called Bring Your Selector and Come. And that's 98. And in that one there, we made King Baka himself. We made King Baka and Blonde Passy. The Blonde Passy was just like, just like a baby back then, but they were full of tune,
Okay.
Yeah, Blonde Passy started like 1997, but for the Blonde, yeah, man, the man was cutting doublet. In fact, his first doublet, I'm going to cut his first doublet,
Oh, you cut the first up?
Yes, he used to come to my store and buy my mixtape. Every week he'll come and buy the, And then one time he just came to me with $10,000. Said, Bingi, I want to get some doublet.
Okay.
Then told Father Blonde, no, Father Blonde, I cannot say this. Let's go to. We went together to Western Union, and he sent some money to Jamaica. And when he came, he got him some wicked dubplate. You know.
So how was it cutting dubs? Did you get any? All right, the fact that you were based in New York,
yes,
being an African sound. Did the artists give you any
problem or discount or?
Yeah, did you get any discount being an African sound, or were you just treated like an African?
They just
like a New York sound.
No, artists don't really care really. All they want is they want their money. You know, they don't care whether you're Chinese or you're African.
So how about the Rasta artists?
Yeah, the Rasta artists. I mean, them they're giving me.
They're voicing for Shashamane.
Oh no. Them they're giving me good deals. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. The Luciano first time when I voiced Luciano, actually I paid for like I think 4 dubs.
Yeah.
But when he gave me 8.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's like that. So the Rasta artists were the Shashamane, and then they can relate to. So it was they were not killing me. So half pint and
better.
yeah, better. But when I used to go to Don Juan almost. Every day after work, I go to Don Juan, just hang around, Any artist that is there, even it doesn't matter who, if you have name or not. When they see me, even if they were dancehall artists, now they start singing cultural music now because they knew that what I used to voice.
Did it do you any favors the fact that you were known to be voicing so much of the money sound at the time?
It wasn't good for me because but later on and then it became bad because when they know that you have money, they take advantage now.
They take advantage.
Yeah, But before they know that, because even in Jamaica, because every studio you go to, there's somebody voicing. If you go to Jammies, you go to Scorpio, you go to Jaro studio. Jaro is almost every day. Jaro, I'm voicing job almost every day from Jaro studio. So it became a time whereby it wasn't good because they know that you see that sound, that's African, that's African king, that's you have that.
Well, so it's the African that's got money.
Yeah, African, that's a king, that's African king with money. So that wasn't really good for me. But you see, the thing is like, as I said, I became a dubplate addict, like a collector, just like 45.
So how is Shashamane performing in Africa at this point in Kenya?
Yeah, it's good. I have some young selector because
No, I mean this time in the
90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah. Oh man, the Shashamane was because that was the talk of the town because it's like I'm the only one because there are some records that we will get, and it will take the other sound man because back in really it wasn't 3 sound really. There was a King Lion that was built in 1989.
Yeah.
And then early 90 Jumbo Sound.
Yeah.
The only 3 sound system, and every sound have their own venue where they play at.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. Saturday and Sunday. But ours was.
Were you linking up at any point, or were you just playing separately?
No. We are linking. There's a time when we used to do. We call it 3 big sound.
Yeah.
Whereby we rent a hall, and then it's King Lion, Jumbo Sound, and Shashamane. Well, sometimes they come to a venue. Sometimes we go to the venue. You know what I mean? But we were known for a sound system that used to boss artists and records. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I remember there's some rhythm when a rhythm come, we'll play that rhythm maybe a year or 2 years before the other sound can get the hand into that. Because back then it wasn't no cassette.
Was it competitive?
It was record. It was very competitive, yes. But you see me, I was sending record every week to my selectors.
I'll say guys over there, they're performing in Kenya.
Yes, it was like for us every week they will boss a new artist and rhythm.
Did they appreciate the dubs in Kenya?
Because the first time they had it really from Shashamane really. In the early 90s, I think it was 92 when I went to Kenya, and then I think the first dub they heard was Luciano also and Sanchez.
Okay.
So that got into their mind. So every time, Shamane, dub, because they are calling your name, but they didn't know what it was. All they said, it's a shout out. They call it like a shout out, you know what I mean? So it was like, we were like, busy down there, busy over here, because everything I used to do was 2. When I buy the first sound system, I bought 2 at the same time. One for here, one for New America, and one for Kenya.
Is Shashamane traveling across the African...
African countries?
Yeah.
No, like maybe Uganda, Tanzania, but not really that. Because you see, because you see Africa. You know the problem we have in Africa is this boundary thing. That's giving us hard time.
Yeah,
you have visa.
You have to get a visa to go to another African country.
Right.
Ridiculous.
That's making it worse for us, bro. That's the thing whereby, it's not easy to go from here like the EU. You can just go here and there without it's borderless.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that we have. So the only country you can go to is East Africa, or like maybe in the South Africa, maybe Zimbabwe, can go to whatever. Yeah. That region.
I mean, Zimbabweans have to get a visa.
Yeah, you see, and which is ridiculous.
We're next door neighbors. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the problem. So that's the thing whereby we're doing that, but definitely we built Shashamane down there whereby we had a lot of fans, and they know that if you want to hear new music or you want to hear new rhythm, you have to go to. Well, I used to play a place called Hollywood, and from Hollywood moved to a place called Monte Carlo. Yeah. You have to, if you want to hear music or new rhythm or new song or new artist. I started, in fact, I remember in 1987 when I came back from Europe, and I brought some dancehall. The first time them hearing dancehall, they said, "What is this?" Like the Jacadimas and Pliers, Shaba, some dancehall artists, they were like, "What is this? What is this?" But then later on, said they get used to it slowly, but they never really got into it like that because Kenya is more foundation. If you go to our dances, you'll be like, "What are they playing?" Mm-hmm. That's how we know. We just study music just like that.
Yes.
We go deeper, and that's why you see even with me when a voice dubplate, I go deeper because that's what I know. You know what I mean? So that's how we started slowly. Like so as I was saying about 1988, there was a guy started doing. It was called Bring Your Selector and Come. Mm-hmm. It was like a world class thing, and then. King Baka was in it, Blonde Passy.
This is 98, yeah?
98 now.
Yes.
We won that. And then now another one, then it was like Harlem, like let's say Manhattan, which is Harlem, it's part of Manhattan. Yeah. Then Brooklyn have their own, and then you have Bronx, and then, so we won all those. Then we meet the other sound now. We meet the sound from the other boroughs, and then we beat all of them. And then now we were supposed to go, the guys supposed to do like the final one now in Australia. Yeah. With the other sound from other, I don't know what happened. Maybe due to finance, and then, that's how, in fact, that's how also, because Chido was part of it too, the Bring a Selector and Tom.
Okay.
It was also part of, that promotion. Then the other one did not happen in Australia. Then I think now Chin now started doing his own Wild Clash too. Okay. Yeah, so from there now you already know which Shashamane is, because we're playing, or we have our dub play, we are 45. So, and the good thing, the way I did my sound, I never really built like only a war sound. You know what I mean?
So you built it for both war and
juggling. Both war and juggling. So they know us when it's juggling, we are bad at it.
Yeah.
When it's war, we are there. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to build a sound that is only like known for war. That nobody can hire you for, because whenever they hire for entertainment, we go and entertain them.
Yeah.
And back in the days, it was easy for every sound owner to, rent a place and do his own dance and, bring like other sound, So I did that until sound system. I did that until 2000 now. No,
so have you got a sound system both in Kenya
and in New York? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Up till now, still have a sound there and still have, both places. But now I don't use it because, just in the garage, Then now 2000 now because I met a lot of artists, between New York and Jamaica, and, so I met a lot of artists. So I decided now to start promoting like stage show.
Yes.
Yeah. Because my brother Pupa Davis, when he died, man, kind of took a lot from me.
When did he pass away?
1998.
1998.
Yeah.
Okay. So was he in New York or was he in?
No, in Kenya.
In Kenya.
He never came out. But he was, man, that brother, man, was like, even he started playing on radio station, that if he was alive, he would have been one of the best radio hosts in Kenya, because he had the voice, the the mic voice, and you know what I mean, and calm, and you know. So he died in 1998. So I decided now to start doing, the stage show in his memory.
Yes.
Because what he used to do, he used to play music, and he will get money from the house for the sound, and then he will go and feed the homeless, like the street kid and everything.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? Just to keep his memory alive.
When you say street kid, this is just to
in Kenya
explain to people that might.
Oh yeah, the street. Yeah,
in Zimbabwe we call them street kids, but it's basically homeless children that
Right.
literally
Yes.
sleep in the street.
in the street. Yeah. It's the same thing. It's just like the children who are abandoned. Let's say, a woman give birth. And then they just go and throw the kids somewhere. If I even sometimes a 2 year, 3 years, 5 years old on the street.
They just sleep outside.
They sleep outside and eating on the ground,
and eating out of the bin.
Yes, in the bin, exactly.
I think a lot of people don't realize how
It's tough.
homelessness is back in.
Yeah, it's tough. So what I did is like, David used to do that. He used to, after he played music, he'll go and buy food and feed these homeless kids.
Yeah.
So just like to keep his memory alive, I started doing now. I'll call it Africa Bound Reggae Summer Fest. So I started that in 2000. And then 2000 I only did like local sound and local artists. Then 2001 now, I brought Gregory Isaac to Kenya, which was a sold out. Then
Is this your first major show?
yeah, in Kenya now with the sound, with artists now.
Yes.
No, the first one was 2000 because I did it at City Hall, but it was like 5,000 people maybe in there.
5,000.
Yeah, but that was
That's
nothing
a big
compared.
show in England,
To me it wasn't a big show because when in 2001 now when I did Gregory Isaacs, it was over 25,000 people.
25,000.
Yes.
It's a stadium.
No, it's like it's like a Veka stadium. Then I did now 2002 now. I did Joseph Culture now, and that was like.
Joseph
Now double Joseph Hill. That double Gregory show. Even Joseph was like, man, Bingi. But see, what I used to do whenever I take them to Kenya, because I had a children home that I was like supporting. So when I go before the artists come, I'll take them to the children home. And we're gonna feed those children and give them whatever I have. So I took Joseph Hill and his band. Man, Joseph was crying, man. He said, "Oh, Bingi, man, I didn't know this is what you do." I say, "Yeah, this is what I do because I'm trying to help this a kid that they don't have no parents."
So there was a philanthropy aspect to Shashamane.
Yes.
From the get-go.
The get-go.
It was about poor people. And
Poor people.
Obviously, the sound system, and you love your dubs, but at the same time, you're still taking from...
and give back to the community.
Community.
Yeah. So that's what I usually took them in, and we went there and we fed the home, the children's home. And Joseph was crying. He said, "Bingi, man, this is I didn't know, man. This is what you're doing, man." You know what I mean? And then just like that. So every year I used to bring artists. Glenn Washington. I bring about this. So just like that. But every time I do that, I'll give some of the proceeds go to the children's home. Which I still do up to now. So I've been doing those like shows every year. So that's like the same thing is Pupa Davis' anniversary.
Yeah.
It is also Shashamane anniversary at the same time.
So at this point, you are focused on the big shows.
On the big shows, yes. When I go
you're
to
still running the sound in America. You're
oh
still
yeah.
and everything.
All over, still traveling all over the world. But every year I'll do one big show in Kenya, and then it's like always. It was all around, man. I've never did a show that was less than 20,000 people. It was 20,000 plus. You know what I mean? So it was like but that's how that's the height that we put reggae into in Kenya.
So at this point, the National Arts Council in Kenya is working with you.
Now they respect because they respect the reggae now, because when they see now what I was doing now with those bringing artists, and then it's always full, even though they say, "Oh, it's only hooligan come to," that's what for them was like that. Like people go there like ghetto kids, you get youths who don't have no money, maybe go there just to rob people, whatever, you know what I mean. But then now they started respecting it, whereby even government and radio station, now they start respecting sounds and reggae, and they'll bring it and do it. You know what I mean? So
To what extent do you think you influence Rasta culture in
reggae in Kenya?
Not just reggae, but I mean the actual Rasta culture. I mean, did you see any youths actually
because
turning to the Rasta faith?
Yes,
because of the movement.
Because of the movement. Yes, we have a lot of them that turn into that, and then as I told you, I was a member of 12th Tribe of Israel.
Yes.
So we had even up till now there's a 12th Tribe of Israel house in Kenya,
Yes.
whereby the community with Rastas, and even there's a time when I think it was last year or 2 years ago, whereby a Rasta child was sent home from school because she had dreadlocks, and the father fought and went to court, and the judge kind of say, no, if that's a religion, then you have to
It's actually been embraced. And
embraced,
as
yes,
a religion in
yes,
Kenya.
yes. Because even me, when I was in high school, I was a Rasta and I had my dreadlocks. Then I went to one time a teacher came, headmaster. Then he's like, why are you wearing a hat? I say, well, it's part of my religion. Then he said, which one? I say, I'm a Rastafarian. Then luckily I had a book called Rastafarian of Jamaica. I gave the headmaster the book. He read it all night. You see, in the book, it says that the Rastafarians, their hairstyle is like dreadlocks, like the Mamau hairstyle.
Yes.
And we always, deal with the green, gold, and red and this. So he read the book the whole night. The next morning, he came on parade. He announced that Bingi is a Rasta and that is a religion. So they have to allow me to wear my hat. Yes. And influenced some other youth from there also who became Rasta in school, just like that, and they were accepted. You know what I mean? So it was like something big for me. So it kind of influenced the youth them, because they know Rastas are peaceful people. It's all about peace, love, and unity. So it influenced a lot of people that are into that. And then also when it comes to reggae music now, because if it wasn't for me, Eugene, and Bongo Man, reggae would have never reached where it is. Unfortunately, in Kenya, my two brothers, those two brothers are dead. I'm the only one alive.
Yes.
So keeping it alive. But that's everybody, they know, if you cannot talk about reggae in Kenya without mentioning Papa Bingi, because he's one of the founding member of reggae music in Kenya. Up till now. Now, it's not only from the 80s, but I'm still doing it up till now. I still promoting reggae in Kenya, and reggae, all over international. And then now, Shashamane, the way we are, it's not only like Kenya, you know what I mean? We become now international, whereby, in fact, I remember, I don't know if you know UK back then, but 2009, when you represented Africa, and then won World Clash.
Stick up in right, that's
Yeah.
all. We just got to the 30-minute mark. Perfect timing.
All right.